The car sped through empty streets, the engine roaring as Jungkook's knuckles turned white against the steering wheel. His jaw was clenched, his dark eyes scanning every shadow, every corner. The street lights flashed past in a blur. His phone was on speaker. The call was still connected. Sean, did you find her? His voice was tight, layered with worry and a hint of anger. No, boss, she's not here at the warehouse. John replied, his voice cracked through the phone speaker, echoing in the silence of the car. Jungkook let out a frustrated breath. Okay, sir, to every other possible place, send more men. I don't care if you have to turn the whole city upside down. Yes, boss, but do you think mom might be pranking you? She's done it before. Jungkook's grip tightened around the wheel. I don't know. I wish it was just a prank, but what if it's trouble? What if she's really kidnapped? John hesitated. We'll keep looking, boss. Don't worry. Jungkook nodded and ended the call. His mind raced back to the earlier that day. 1 hour ago, Jungkook sat at the head of a long polished table. The room was filled with men in suits discussing numbers, shipments, and territory. His phone vibrated against the table. Wine's name flashed on the screen. He ignored it. Again vibrating, he glanced at it but turned back to his meeting. The third time he sat and picked up the call, pressing it to his ear. Ryan, I'm busy. I'll call you later. He cut the call before he could reply. He told himself you were safe. He had arranged top-notch security for you, monitoring your every move to ensure nothing would happen to his wife, the only soft part of his otherwise hard life. But the phone rang again and again. Finally, he answered. His patience is thinning. What wine? Your voice came through trembling, scared. Jungkook, please help me. His heart skipped a beat. Wine, what happened? Where are you? Someone kidnapped me. Jungkook, please save me. The line went dead. Jungkook shot up from his chair. His men falling silent. Meeting is over. He stormed out already dialing John's number. The room left buzzing with confusion. Present. Jungkook turned the car into another narrow alley, his headlights casting long shadows against the crumbling brick walls. His pulse pounded in his ears, his mind replaying your voice over and over. It's a prank, it has to be a prank, he whispered to himself, though the fear in your voice haunted him. His hands trembled slightly as he gripped the wheel. He reached the gates of your home, his home. The guards opened them. Looking worried but silent, Jungkook jumped out of the car before it fully stopped, slamming the door behind him. He ran inside, his voice echoing through the halls. Wan, where are you? It was silence. His heart sank, his breathing was raised as he checked room after room. Each empty room chipped away at his hope. In the living room, he noticed your favorite blanket on the couch, your slippers on the floor. It looked too normal, too untouched. Boss, one of his guards appeared at the door, panting, no sign of her outside, and no suspicious activity on the security cameras. Jungkook's mind raced. What about the tracker? Did you check her phone? Her phone is off. Last location was here at home. Damn it. Jungkook punched the wall, his fist leaving a dent in the plaster. How can someone take her without my man noticing? The guard stepped back, his face pale. We are still checking, boss. Jungkook took a deep breath, his head spinning. He needed to think, he needed to find you. He couldn't let his fear take over. Then a soft noise from the bedroom. Jungkook's eyes snapped in that direction. He pulled out his gun, the metal cold in his hand as he approached the door. His steps were light, calculated. He pushed the door open slowly, his gun raised, thinking someone was in your room. But then Jungkook immediately put the gun down, his chest heaving with relief as his eyes met yours through the mirror. You were calmly applying lipstick, a soft pink shade that he always liked on you. Without another thought, he rushed you, his strong arms wrapping around you tightly. His hold was so firm that you could barely move, but it felt safe. Thank God you're fine. He breathed into your hair, his voice shaky with leftover fear. You were stunned by his reaction. You expected him to scold you, but instead, he was clinging to you as if he had found a lost part of himself. Jungkook pulled back just enough to keep your face, his thumbs brushing your cheeks, his eyes usually hard and cold. Did you really get kidnapped? He asked, his voice soft but urgent. You slowly shook your head, looking straight into his dark, worried eyes. I lied to you, Jungkook. I pranked you. I was in the bathroom the whole time, but your man didn't find me there. For a moment, his face was blank, processing your words. Then, to your surprise, a small smile curved his lips. His shoulders dropped, tension easing out of his body as he pulled you into another hug. His hand cradled the back of your head, his fingers threading through your hair. You scared me, he murmured, his lips brushing against your temple. But I'm just glad you're okay. You were still in shock, not by his hug, but by his calmness. You gently pushed against his chest, just enough to put some space between you. Why didn't you shout at me, Jungkook? I must have made you worry a lot, right? Jungkook sighed, his hand still resting on your shoulders. His thumb moved in small circles against your skin, a soothing gesture because it was a lie. And you're fine, that's all I wished for. What if someone really kidnapped you? Your lips trembled and you felt a sting in your eyes as tears began to form. You bit your lip to hold them back, but one slipped down your cheek and Eun's expression softened even more as he wiped it away with his thumb. I'm sorry for acting stupid. It's okay, sometimes this kind of courage is needed. I love to see this fierce side of Ryan. I loved it. Only you can scare me. He chuckled while you were burying with guilty. I made it out of pain and anger. Morning you said that you hate hearing my voice. This. Your voice was small, almost a whisper. You were afraid of his answer, afraid it would break the fragile bond between you two. Scene shifted to the morning. Sunlight slid through the curtains, casting a warm glow over the bedroom. Jungkook stood by the closet, buttoning his black shirt, his expression serious as he focused on getting ready for work. You stood near the bed. Jungkook, not this weekend, you promised. You said, a hint of frustration in your voice. He sighed, his hands pausing on his collar. Why not this weekend? I have important work, don't argue now. You scoffed, rolling your eyes. Am I arguing? Can't you understand me? It's been a month since we spent some quality time together. You keep canceling all our plans. Jungkook grabbed his watch from the dresser, avoiding your gaze. I said, not now. You are overreacting. You stepped closer, your voice raising. Overreacting? Jungkook, I just want a day with you. Is that too much to ask? You barely talk to me. You're always busy. Stop it, Wine. He snapped, his voice sharp, his eyes turned cold, making you freeze. I hate hearing your voice. You're always blabbering, always arguing. Can't you stay quiet for once? Your mouth opened, but no words came out. The sting of his words hit deep. Turning your anger into hurt, you swallowed your lips, pressing into thin lines as you forced back the tears. Jungkook grabbed his jacket and without another look walked out the door, the echo of it closing the door. You stood there, the room feeling colder without him. Your shoulders slumped and you sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor. Your mind replayed his words on a loop, each repetition digging the wound deeper. And at present, Jungkook's soft chuckle brought you back to the present, his arms still circled around you, holding you close. His expression was softer now, the harshness from that morning replaced with guilt and affection. Yes, he admitted with a small smile. I hate hearing your voice when you're angry, but I love hearing it when you say sweet things. When you laugh, when you tell me about your day, I'm sorry. I should not have said that. Please forgive me if you can. Your lips tremble, but this time not from sadness. His words wrapped around your heart, slowly mending the hurt he had caused. You raised up your hands gentle as they cubed his face. His skin was warm under your touch. I can forgive you. You whispered, your voice soft. If you can forgive my prank. His lips curled into a smirk, his brows rising playfully. Are you sure I shouldn't punish you for scaring me like that? You giggle, the sound light and ease the last of tension between you. I think you suffered enough. You were worried, weren't you? I thought I lost you. The idea of you being in danger, I couldn't handle it. Your thumbs brushed his cheeks, feeling the slight scratch of his stubble. You leaned in and pressed a soft kiss to his forehead, lingering for a moment, his eyes fluttered closed, his arms tightening around you. I'm here, Jungkook, he murmured, and I will always be here. He opened his eyes, his expression tender, his fingers moved to the back of your neck, pulling you closer until your nose is nearly touched. I'll do better, he promised. I'll make time for you. I want to hear your voice always, even if you're scolding me. He laughed, the sound breaking the last of the lingering sadness. Well, I'm glad you said that because I have a lot to say. Jungkook grinned, his dimples showing. I'm all yours, Mrs. John. You wrapped your arms around his neck, pulling him into a warm embrace. His hands found your waist, holding you steady, as if he feared you had slipped away. The warmth of his body against yours was a reminder that despite how about we start with those weekend plans? You whispered into his ear, your tone playful. He chuckled, the sound vibrating against your skin. Anything you want? I will clear my schedule. You pulled back, looking into his eyes, seeing only honesty and love. Then let's go on a date, just you and me, no work, no interruptions. Jungkook nodded, his expression sincere. It's a date, and this time I won't break my promise. His lips found yours, gentle at first, then deeper, as if he wanted to prove with every kiss that his words were true. You believed that things would change, that the silence between you would never return. Only warmth, love, and the soft melody of your voice filling the spaces where doubt once lingered. 2 days later, early in the morning, you both were sleeping peacefully. The room was still dark, and the only sound was your gentle breathing. After a long, passionate night, you felt warmth and safe in Jungkook's arms. Suddenly, his phone buzzed loudly on the nightstand. Jungkook stared, quickly grabbing it so it wouldn't wake you up. He glanced at the screen, and his expression shifted from sleepy to serious. Yeah, what happened? He whispered into the phone, his voice still rough from sleep. You opened your eyes slowly, feeling the bed move. As he sat up, he was listening intently, nodding as if the person on the other side could see him. Okay, I'll be there immediately, he said before ending the call. He sighed and ran a hand through his messy hair. What happened? You asked, sitting up as well. The blanket slipped down and you pulled it up to cover yourself. Your voice was soft. Jungkook was already out of bed, pulling on his pants and grabbing a shirt. There is an urgent meeting. I need to set up with my team members. You frowned, the excitement of the weekend plans fading quickly. But Jungkook, today's the weekend. What about our plans? He paused, looking at you with a gentle but apologetic expression. I know, baby. I promise I'll be back by then. I won't break my promise this time. You bit your lip, trying not to look too disappointed. You always say that, but what if you get busy and forget? He walked over to you, leaning down to kiss your forehead softly. I won't. I'll be back before you know it. I want to spend the day with you too. Okay, you nodded slowly, still feeling a bit sad. Please come back soon. I will. I love you, he said, offering a small smile before grabbing his jacket. As the door closed, you let out a small sigh, hugging the blanket closer to your chest. You wanted to believe him, but you couldn't help the nagging feeling in your heart. You lay back down, staring at the ceiling. I hope he keeps his promise this time. You whispered to yourself, hoping that the weekend you had been looking forward, you wouldn't end up in disappointment again. After 2 hours, you went to the place waiting for Jungkook after sending the location to him. For your security, you took two guards as he told you to never go alone. Jungkook was busy in the meeting room surrounded by his team. They were discussing plans to expand his empire. The room filled with serious voices and charts displayed on the screen. His focus was sharp, but his phone kept buzzing. He glanced at it, an unknown number. He ignored it at first, but when it rang again, he picked it up with a sigh. Hello, who's this? He asked, sounding impatient. There was silence for a moment, then your panicked voice came through. Jungkook? A shiver ran down his spine. Something felt wrong. Your voice wasn't the usual playful or annoyed tone, it was full of fear. Why are you okay? He asked urgently, his eyes widening. He stood up from his seat and the room fell silent as this man watched him. Jungkook, I love you. You said, your voice shaky and weak. His heart pounded. What happened? Where are you? Tell me. Before he could answer, another voice came on the line, a voice Jungkook knew all too well. Hello Jungkook, how are you? Jungkook's blood ran cold. Bumsok. He whispered, his most wanted enemy, the man who had caused chaos in his life for years. Bumsok laughed, the sound echoing through the phone. Your wife is quite loving, you know. I told her to call you, but she insisted she would rather die than betray you. Jungkook's fist clenched, the glass of water in his hand shattered. Shards piercing his skin, blood dripped on the polished table, but he didn't care. Don't you dare harm my wife, he growled, his voice deadly. His men flinched and his tone exchanging worried glances. Sons of chuckled again, then come and save her if you can. The call ended abruptly. Jungkook stood frozen for a moment, the phone still pressed to his ear. Then, the gaze overtook him. He threw the phone against the wall, shattering it into pieces. Jungkook screamed in pain, clutching his bleeding hand. The glass shards dug into his skin, but he couldn't feel anything but fear. His team members, Namjoon and Sokjin, rushed to him. Jungkook, what happened? Namjoon asked, his voice full of concern. Jungkook's breath was raised. Bangso, he kidnapped Ryan. A heavy silence fell over the room. Sokjin's eyes widened and Namjoon's jaw clenched. Yoongi, always calm under pressure, stepped forward. They had seen the cold and ruthless Mafia leader soften only in your presence, and now you were in danger. I will place this location, Yoongi said firmly. Sokjin, Namjoon, you two search in the west. J-Hope and Pyong cover the east. Jimin take the south. Jungkook, you head north. I'm 99% sure he'll be there. Without wasting a second, everyone nodded, determination written on their faces. They grabbed their weapons and left in a hurry. Jungkook jumped into his black SUV, his hands shaking as he grabbed the steering wheel. Blood from his injured hand smeared on the leather, but he didn't care. His mind was racing, fear twisting his stomach into knots. Please, Wine, be safe, he whispered, his voice breaking. As he sped through the streets, his emotions hit him like a storm, tears, fear, and pain, all crashing against him. His vision blurred as memories of you flashed in his mind. Your smile, your laughter, the way you hugged him just days ago. Jungkook's second phone rang, snapping him out of his thoughts. It was Yoongi. I have got a lead. A warehouse in the north outskirts. It's heavily guarded, Yoongi said quickly. I'm on my way, Jungkook replied, his voice cold with resolve. He pressed the accelerator harder. His car being through traffic like a bullet. Every second felt like an eternity. He reached the outskirts, the old warehouse looming in the distance. Jungkook parked the car and grabbed his gun, loading it with trembling hands. Took a deep breath, trying to push his fear down. He needed to be strong for you. He approached the warehouse quietly, using the shadows to hide. He could hear voices inside, rough laughter that made his skin crawl. His heart pounded as he moved closer, peeking through a broken window. Bamsuk stood there, a smug smile on his face as he circled you. You were tied to a chair, your hands bound and face pale, but even in fear, you looked strong, refusing to let your tears fall. Where is your brave husband now, sweetheart? Bamsuk taunted, pulling your hair back. You winced but glared at him. He will come for me, he said firmly, and when he does, you will regret this. Jungkook's blood boiled. He raised his gun, aiming through the window. He needed the perfect shot, but he couldn't risk hitting you. His hands steadied, his breathing slowed. Suddenly, a guard moved, blocking his shot. Jungkook cursed under his breath. He had to get inside. Silently, he moved to the back door, picking the lock quickly. He slipped inside, his gun ready. He moved down the dim hallway, his footsteps silent. He could hear Bamsuk still talking, his voice dripping with cruelty. Jungkook's grip tightened on his. He reached the main room, hiding behind a stack of bricks. You were still in the chair, Bamsuk in front of you, and two guards stood near the door. Jungkook needed to act fast. He took a deep breath, then stepped out, gun raised. Bamsuk. Everyone froze. Bamsuk turned slowly, his lips curling into a grin. Ah, Jungkook, right on time. Let her go. Jungkook demanded. His voice was low, dangerous. Or what? You will shoot me? Bamsuk mocked. Go ahead, but your pretty wife might get hurt in the crossfire. Jungkook's jaw clenched, his eyes met yours, and he saw the fear mixed with hope. He gave you a small nod, a silent promise that he would get out of this. Drop your gun, Jungkook, Bamsuk ordered, or I'll make her scream. Jungkook hesitated, his mind raced, weighing his options, but he couldn't risk you getting hurt. Slowly he lowered his gun, setting it on the ground. The girl smirked, and Bamsuk's grin widened. Good boy, Bamsuk said. No, watch his eye. Before he could finish, Jungkook lunged forward, grabbing the guard's gun and twisting it out of his hand. He fired, taking down the second guard instantly. Stay back, he shouted, pressing a knife to your neck. Gasped, tears finally spilling over. Jungkook, you desperate. It's okay, baby, Jungkook said softly, his gun trained on Bamsuk. I won't let him hurt you. The room was tense, every breath heavy. Bamsuk's hand shook and Jungkook saw his opening. Jungkook's wool shattered as Bamsuk cut through your skin and started pouring from your neck. The cruel man's body hit the ground, lifeless as cement echoed in the cold, dark warehouse. Why no? Jungkook screamed, his voice breaking with pain and fear. He rushed to you, dropping to his knees as his arms wrapped around your trembling body. His hands pressed against yours, trying to stop her. His fingers were already stained, his heart racing. Why stay with me, please? His voice wavered and tears streamed down his face, mixing with on his hands. You looked up at him, your lips moving, but no sound came out. Tears slid down your cheeks as he struggled to breathe. Namjoon, Seokjin, Kyung, Yoongi, Jimin, and Jacob surrounded you both, their faces etched with horror and worry. My God, Seokjin muttered, his voice barely. Call an ambulance now, Yoongi shouted, pulling out his phone with shaky hands. Jacob knelt beside Jungkook, his hand hovering over you, not knowing what to do. Why look at us? You're going to be fine. We'll get you help, okay? Young said, his voice was soft yet filled with urgency. Jungkook cradled your face, his own face, a mess of tears and desperation. Wan, I'm sorry. I should have been here sooner. I should have protected you. Your eyes flattered and you managed a weak, raspy sound. Jungkook leaned closer, his ear near your lips. What is that, baby? Love you. You tried to say this, but words didn't come. I love you too so much. Please don't leave me, he sobbed, rocking you gently as if it would stop time. His chest heaved with every breath, every sob. You can't leave me, man. I need you. I can't live without you. Your vision blurred, the faces of your loved ones fading in and out. Jungkook's face was the clearest, his eyes red and puffy, his lips trembling as they wished for promises and prayers. Jungkook immediately took you to the hospital. He was tense and worried about you waiting outside the operation theater. After an hour of surgery, doctor came out and said, it took a lot of time to stop, but now she's fine. Jungkook was relieved. But one problem, because of deep cut, she lost her voice now. She can never talk. Jungkook's heart dropped and he collapsed on the floor. I'm sorry, we tried, but it happened. Stay strong. He left from there. Then his teammates Dong Chin and Seokjin all were consoling him. Jungkook was crying. He said, I said I hate hearing her voice, but now she really lost it. Jungkook went inside when nurse said you got consciousness. Then he immediately ran to the door and opened it. He slowly entered and walked to you. Jungkook's hands were trembling as he held onto your cold, fragile fingers. His face was pale, eyes red and swollen from crying. You sat on the hospital bed, your face wet with tears as you tried to speak, but no sound came out. Panic flashed in your eyes as you touched your throat, feeling the raw scar beneath the bandages. When Jungkook whispered, his voice breaking, he gently pulled you into his arms, cradling your head against his chest. I'm here, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I never wanted this to happen. You sobbed silently, the ache in your chest unbearable. Your lips moved, forming words that you couldn't voice. It felt like a nightmare, a cruel reality where your voice, the thing he once said he hated, was truly gone. You became mute and silent forever. Young Chiman Sokchi and the others stood at the door, their faces filled with guilt and sadness. Young stepped forward, his voice soft. "Man, it's okay. We are here for you." You looked at them, your teary eyes speaking the words you couldn't say. Your shoulders shook as you continued to cry. Chiman knelt beside you, holding your hand. You're strong, one. This is not the end. We'll help you. We'll be your voice. Sukchin tried to lighten the mood, forcing a smile. Hey, you remember when we played charades? You always won, even without speaking. Maybe you were preparing for this moment all along. You managed a small, weak smile through your tears. The room felt heavy, filled with love and sorrow. Jungkook tightened his hold on you, his lips pressed against your temple. I don't care if you can't talk. I love you, Wan. Your silence will never change that. I promise. I will make it up to you every single day. You pulled back, wiping your tears. You rose for the notepad beside the bed, your hand shaking. You wrote slowly, your handwriting is messy from the pain and emotions. What if I can never talk again? Jungkook took the notepad and read it, his eyes filled with tears again. He shook his head. It doesn't matter. You are still my one. I will learn to understand you without words. I will hear your heart. We both can learn sign language. The others nodded. Thumb stepped forward with a soft grin. We can learn sign language together. You will still boss around. We can't escape from that. Jimin chuckled lightly. Yeah, you can just snap your fingers and we'll know we are in trouble. Their words slowly lifted the weight from your chest. You wrote again. I'm scared. What if I can't be the same again? Jungkook read the words, then looked deep into your eyes. You don't have to be the same. Your brothers and I will love you no matter how you change. You are my strong girl. If survived this, you can survive anything. You nodded slowly. The warmth from everyone started to melt the cold fear inside you. He reached out, holding Jungkook's hand tightly, his fingers wrapped around yours, his thumb gently brushing your knuckles. Jungkook leaned closer, his forehead touching yours. We'll get through this together. I won't leave you, I promise. And I will never say I hate hearing your voice again. I will cherish every moment, even in silence. Thank you for watching. If you like the story, please subscribe.